right. Let's go live right now. Coolio. All right. All right. Let's turn up the volume. There we go. Let's bring this down right there. Hey, what's up? How are you? Bring this over a bit. There we go. I had a good day. Yeah. Had a unnecessary me day. I went all over my city that I live in, and nobody has an Ozzy Osbourne poster. So I'm just like, really? Like, this is the metropolis, you know? So I'm just like, that's weird. So, whatever. But, yeah. I'm probably just gonna have to resort to just getting one on Amazon, really. But, yeah, no, aside from that, though, it was a good day. Like, I made it really like a Nine Inch Nails soundtrack day, and it was nice. Yeah, can't complain. We'll find one. Yeah, I'm probably gonna order one. Probably just gonna order one, really. I wanted to have that experience of just buying it in a store, but not even like popular record stores have, like around here locally, have like a poster. I'm like, really? That's weird. Okay, whatever. But yeah. Well, we are here now. So, if any of you have a story you would like to share, click the guest button below, and I would love to have you on. Be a guest, as the sticker says right here. I hate how it gets blurry out of nowhere. Alright, change it. There we go. Innovate, for sure. Alright, well, just to kick this off, I'll tell one of... Oh, excuse me. Okay. Shantan Soup. Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Awesome.
Is this a new channel?
Cool. Quick question. I know you're over 18, but I gotta ask per TikTok guidelines. How old are you?
40 years old. 40 years old.
Thank you. Try not to cuss like FDFF. It's okay to say fuck here and there, and try not to get too fanatical. It's okay to have religion in your story, but not to a point to where it's preachy. That being said, it's all you.
Okay, sure. Here's a random story for you. So this is back in the year 2011. So I'm not on the streets anymore, but at the time I was on the streets. And this is in Alameda, California. This takes place on the USS Hornet. It's a World War II Navy aircraft carrier, right? That they got docked out there.
Yeah.
So, I was on the streets, homeless, wandering, right? And I went to go on there to take the tour, right? And I go on there, it costs like $15. And I go on there, and there's people who are about to take the tour, and I can see that they're giving me like these eyeball looks, like they don't want me to be on the tour with them, So I was like, I was like, oh, geez. And they said, well, you can go walk around by yourself if you want. And I said, oh, that'd be great. I'll do that. So I was walking around by myself, and then they have roped off sections of the ship, and that with the lights off. You're not supposed to go, but I was like, whatever. So I crossed the lines. I crossed the lines. I walked down these stairs, and then I unscrew this. It's like a latch on the floor. You unscrew it and you open it up, and then there's a ladder that goes down to the next level. So I open that and I'll go down to the next level. I leave my backpack behind, right, so I don't get sealed in. But whenever the lights are off in these areas, right, and you can hear on the intercom that they're talking to each other. You can hear the intercom or the loudspeaker.
Yeah.
But there's nobody down there, right? So I go down one level. I think I went down another level 2, and I'm walking around, right? And it's dark, and I'm talking to myself, and I go into this room, and it's pitch black, right? I have my phone out at the time. I'm recording on it, and I'm recording myself talking to myself. And I go into this room, and there's these wooden chairs in a circle. And I'm walking around this room. It's totally pitch black. And I'm talking to myself in this room. And I go on and on about how cool I am, how great I am, and this and that. And I think I have a theory that this pisses off the ghosts when you talk about how cool you are and stuff like that. That's my theory. And so anyways, eventually people must have been alerted to my presence because people ended up going down there, a couple of guys, right? And then they turned on the lights and they were like in a room nearby me. And I started to realize like maybe I should get out of here because I might get in trouble or something. And so I confronted them. I said, hey, how come we're not allowed to walk around down these parts and stuff like that? And so they're like, oh, no. And I demanded to see this jail cell at the bottom of the ship, because I seen on the History Channel that during World War II the ship was attacked by kamikazes, and they kept one of the surviving kamikazes in a jail cell at the bottom. So I was like, I want to see that. I don't know, you'll have to talk to the commander of the ship or whatever. And then I'm trying to leave, and I can't figure out how to get out of there.
Yeah.
I'm like stuck. I can't figure it out. I go into like a panic mode. Like, because I'm racing around back and forth trying to figure it out. Because I feel like I've been here too long, I'm going to get arrested or something like that. So I was like, oh, fuck. I was like, oh, shoot. So then I asked people, I say, how do I get out of here? And they're like, well, you just got to go right up over there. And I get up and I leave the ship. When I listen back to these recordings after I leave, I didn't hear nothing at first. But a couple nights later, when I was laying on the beach at night, I was listening to these recordings, and I heard on there, while I'm talking to myself, I hear in the background, I hear this voice, kill him. Kill him. That's what it said. Another time, while I was talking to myself, it said, do you want a world war?
Ooh.
These are the EVPs that I got on there. And I was like, oh my gosh, I got these crystal clear EVPs. This was so great to me, except I was on the street. I had nobody to show them to. I had nothing to do with these things. They ended up on the phone. I ended up losing the phone. I woke up behind a Wiener Schnitzel one day with my pockets turned inside out. So I lost all the stuff in my pockets. But on this phone were these great files of these great EVPs on a famous ship that I could have shared with the world if I only had the ability to download them or share them or whatever. But they're lost. But I know that ship is really haunted. I know it is.
All right. Well, thank you for sharing your story. I appreciate it. I'm a Navy veteran, funny enough, and the ship I served on was haunted.
Yeah, so what are those? What is that called that I talk about unscrewing on the floor?
Say again.
It's like a door that's on the floor, and you unscrew it.
Oh yeah.
You open it up.
A hatch.
Yeah, a hatch. It was like a hatch with a ladder.
Yeah.
You open it up and you go down a ladder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway, what were we saying?
Yeah, no, the ship I served on was haunted too. I've actually had my own experiences on it. It was on board the USS Bonhomme Richard, but it's reduced to rubble now, thank goodness. But I still have nightmares about it.
Well,
So,
yeah, you can tell us some of the stories.
oh, I will. I do it
What a
every live.
coincidence!
Trust me.
What a coincidence that I brought that up at random, and you are any good with your own stories.
Yeah, I mean,
Listen,
yeah, no, I'll tell it right now if you like. You want to stay as a guest if you'd like. So,
yeah, sure. Or I could drop down.
not for sure. So, um, this was around 2016, early 2016. It's during that time of the year where everyone's visiting their families and stuff like that, and leaving a skeleton crew on the ship just to maintain operations. So, it was my duty day. So, I walked in and I relieved the guy that was on duty the night before, and he gives me the master key card to every officer room on the ship. Because, like, where I was, I basically, my position was to just maintain the officer corridors, maintain their bedrooms, offices, and so on and so forth. And there was, like I said, there's like only a handful of people on that ship, so there really wasn't any like officers in the area really. So I was like, sure, you know. So I relieve him. He gives me the master key card to every officer room on the ship, and there's no Marines on board, mind you. So no Marine officers. So I'm the only one in these spaces right here, in these spaces. So I'm like, all right. It's still early in the morning. I'm tired. I go into the Marine executive officer's bedroom, which is a big no-no to go in any officer's bedroom to like relax and sleep in, and decided to just relax. So it's a hotel room compared to what us enlisted slept in. So um, as I'm relaxing, I start hearing what sounds like chatter in the hallways, and it sounded like two people going over like blueprints or something. And I'm like, nobody should be here right now, and no one should really be even going over blueprints right now. So I'm like, okay. So I put my gear on and I went to go and inspect the halls, and there was nobody there. I do a couple of laps, nobody. So I'm like, okay, they probably left. Whatever. I go back into the bedroom and relax again. I start hearing that same chatter, but now it sounds like it's coming. It sounds like it's closer now. It sounds like it's coming from the room right next to me, which is the Marine commanding officer's bedroom. So, hey Sierra. So, just for perspective, commanding officer, person in the military that's below the President of the United States, the President. If I'm caught in this bedroom at all, like my career is done. That's already a scary thought. So I'm like, okay, well, I better go check the bedroom. So I go to that bedroom and I open the door, and it was pitch black. There's nobody there. I'm like, this is weird. All right, okay. So I go back to the bedroom and I lay down, and I'm trying to make sense out of this. I'm just like, you know what? It's probably coming from below decks. Yeah, probably coming from below decks, and it's just traveling through the vents. That's why I can hear it. That makes sense. Let me pause right here. I'm not a medium. I'm not clairvoyant. I'm not clairaudient. I don't see or hear anything on the other side of the veil. Clear as day, I hear this voice on the right side of my ear. And it says these words: two little girls. How many of you have seen The Grudge or The Ring? Sound off.
I've seen it, The Grudge. I don't really remember too much of it though.
Do you remember what the creature looked like?
He was like a little boy.
It wasn't a boy. It was two twin girls.
No.
Yep. It was twin girls at the foot of the bed, resembling Samara or Kayako from The Grudge or The Ring. And the main ghost, basically. Thank you, Sierra. Yeah, the skin looked like pale blue, grayish, cracked, unalive skin. And they were both wearing maroon-colored dresses. And they had hair in front of their faces, like, couldn't see them. I blink, and the next moment they were chest level to me. And at the same time, they both started choking me. I'm panicking. This is beyond terrifying. I barely muster up enough courage just to yell out, "Leave me alone." And the next moment they're gone. I'm sweating bullets. I tell myself, okay, try and make sense out of this. Just a dream. It's just a dream. I put my head back down, and not even a second later, that voice from earlier said my name. And yeah, I put my gear back on, and I booked it out of that bedroom, never went back. So, yeah, that's my ghost story on board my ship.
Wow. But that's strange how a little girl ghosts would get on a Navy ship.
Yeah, I have my theories on why they were there. Officers that are high up in rank, they can get away with a lot of stuff, especially if no one's caught it, and they can just sweep it under the rug. When it's an enlisted getting in trouble, that goes public. So, whoever occupied that room in the past, probably done some really horrible stuff, horrible acts that enforce that kind of scenario to happen. So, yeah. Anyway, thank you for being here, Sean.
No problem.
Take care. Zach, hey, yeah, no, feel free to share your story. I'd love to have you on. And Turbo, hey, good to see you. Can he come on? Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Mr. Miguel can come on. All right, cool.
Alright, I'm gonna put him on the phone in a second. He's tripping out. He has ADHD because now he's looking for his phone.
Nice.
The main concern of the night is his phone. Like, make it make sense. Here. Okay, everybody, I'm putting my dad on the thing right now. He's a medium. His name is Miguel. But yeah, hold on. Dad's here to talk. He wants to talk to you. Hold the phone.
Hey. Good to have you on finally.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great. The man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Miguel. Well, yeah, the floor is yours. Carry on.
Oh yeah. Well, I had a couple experiences through the years.
Mm-hmm.
One of them was
Dad, just watch your mouth. You were you were indulging in adult beverages.
yeah. No, this is another one. I had what do you call it? I was out drinking.
Dad, don't say that. Adult beverages.
Hanging out, partaking.
There we go. Yeah.
And I was in the bar at 8:00 in the morning. And I was in McGuire's. Mrs. McGuire owned the bar, and her sons were basketball players. One of them was Al McGuire, who coached Marquette, and John McGuire, who played for the Knicks. Well, on this particular day, it was early in the morning, and what's his name came down to see Mrs. McGuire and have a drink. It was Eddie Kennedy, John Kennedy's brother.
Okay.
He stopped by. He knew the McGuires. So I went to go near him and stuff, but these two big bodyguards just looked me in the eye, and I knew, and I just went back to the bar. So after he left, I went home. I was like loaded. It was about 9 in the morning. And I told my dad, I guess who I was drinking with? Eddie Kennedy. And he said,
Be unalive, Dad. You gotta say unalive to make sure you know.
analyze.
Yeah.
So he looked and he said, didn't believe me, but he talked to Mrs. McGuire. And she said, yes, he had stopped by the bar.
Wow.
And then another time,
Oh wait, was he alive or he wasn't alive?
he was alive.
This is about spirits. What are you talking about? Do you even know what's going on? I'm telling him a ghost story about when we saw spirits. What are you talking
Oh,
about?
spirits. Yeah.
Sorry about that. God, tell him a ghost story. What are you doing?
Oh, ghost story. Well, my friend had been dead for years
Unalive.
and alive. His name was Danny and Harriet. They took care of me, and it was like, when I would get into trouble in Saratoga, they looked after me.
Yeah.
And they had passed. And one night, I hear a knock on the door, and it was Danny, and he had been dead for years.
Unalive.
But alive.
Unalive.
Unalive. And he talked to me. And that was it. Then he left. And it was scary how spirits come by. A lot of people that I knew, they had died. And at certain times they would pop up to me. Tell me different things. It was like scary. But it was like I was floating through life all the time. Well, you have any questions?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, he'd rather you ask him questions, Samael. That's why, he
no,
doesn't.
for sure, for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, tell me if it's okay. You don't have to if you don't want to. Want you to feel comfortable, of course. Which spiritual experience, paranormal, of course, just stood out to you the most, really? It could be either like the most terrifying or the most amazing experience.
Oh, the amazing.
or it could be the scariest.
Or it could be a scary one, yeah.
Scary one. When it stuck out to me, I was by the lake, by the park in Congress Park. And me and these two guys I was good friends with, we went there and hanging out. And they were these two statues and stuff. And we were looking around, and they were called Spick and Spack. And all of a sudden, they spit at us water. They shot water, and we got soaking wet. It was scared the living hell out of me. Out of the clear blue, people would go there and look at it. But these things, it was like they came to life. We were like on an angle, me and the guys, and they spit water right on us. We got soaked.
Ooh.
We ran the hell out of there. It was scary. I was never scared. it was just a water thing and just relax, and then all of a sudden, we got shot with water. Yeah, it was unbelievable. It scared the living hell out of me.
No, I
Tell
bet.
him
Yeah.
you were at the job when you were working. What the guy with the noose around his neck.
Oh yeah, then one time we were working, and I seen a guy hanging from the tree with the noose around his neck.
Awesome.
Yeah,
I'm
that
not the one
was,
in the building.
that was scary.
I bet.
But then one in the building, that place was haunted.
Mm-hmm.
It was in upstate New York, Saratoga. There's a lot of haunted places there.
Yeah.
Quiet. And then all of a sudden I heard the voice saying, "Move out of the way. Move out." And I was scared and I looked around and nobody was around. But I heard the voice completely. It really scared me. Yeah, that was one of them.
Wow. Well,
You have any other questions?
I don't. Yeah, no, I appreciate you really, and I want to say too, and I mean this. I'm proud of you for making it this far, especially with your gift. I know it can be viewed as a curse sometimes, and I respect that. But to me, in my eyes and my opinion, you are a badass. All right, because if any other person like myself were to
Right.
experience your world the way you view it, literally, we'd probably go mad. And the fact that you're still alive with us, being an awesome father, you're one of a kind, and I'm proud of you. You are a certified
Thank
badass.
I'm proud of you too.
Aw, thank you.
Very good.
All right. Well, if you have no more stories to share, thank you. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, I gotta get used to practicing.
You're good. You're so good, man.
You know, I gotta get used to it.
All right.
But thank you so much. It was
Give me a
great.
phone. Yeah, if you guys want, I'll tell you one of his stories because he's afraid. Like, if you want, because he's just like a little nervous.
That's okay. That's okay.
That's all it is. So my dad, for anybody that doesn't know, he's a medium. I'm a medium too, but he sees them a little different. He sees them as like living, like how me and you are looking right now. That's how my dad sees them.
Yeah.
Yeah, like where I see them fuzzy, my dad sees them clear as day, and he's had plenty of experience. And it's funny that I heard about this Harriet and Danny twice today, because those are the ones I dreamt about, and then I got the job the next day. And they've been on my mind. Saratoga's been on my mind. And you've seen those statues. I showed you the statues the other night, right?
Yeah.
And you see those things don't move. So the fact, anybody go look it up. Congress Park. It's called Spick and Spack. I know it's a stupid name, but that's the name of them. They're two mermen shooting water at each other. And the fact that this thing went up and shot them in the face, that's like pretty creepy. But yeah, he's just nervous. He does have a lot of stories. He's just afraid. It's like not something he talks about, especially
Yeah,
as like a
of course.
Catholic. I guess it's like, you know, I'm not getting preachy. It's just I guess it's wrong in that world, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I do have a story real quick. My dad, my uncle told me today. So he works in a jail.
Yeah.
He's a correctional officer. So he said during COVID, one of the sections were closed off for the prisoners because of COVID, and he had to go do the rings.
Yeah.
And they told him he had to go do the rings or whatever. And he went. He's like, whatever. And he said he saw a spirit, and he felt the spirit. And he said he felt the spirit go right through him, and he got goosebumps so big. And he went back, and he's like, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this section. There's nobody in here, and a spirit just went through me. And the boss is like, oh, you still have to do them. He's like, no, you could try that and go do it. He's like, well, you do it again, I'm going to write you up. He's like, I don't care. Write me up. I am not going back there. And one more real quick. They were saying when their uncle unalived, he was old. They were with him around the clock or whatever, and then they went back to my grandmother's house to go eat lunch. And all of a sudden, the lights started flickering, and they're like, Uncle Dodie unalived. And then they got the phone call 2 minutes later, he unalived. And he said basically he was just coming to say goodbye. But yes.
For sure.
Thank you.
Quick question.
Yes.
Of course, your father's identity is covered.
Mm-hmm.
Are you guys okay with this being on YouTube?
Dad, are you okay with it being on YouTube?
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't mind. He's just, he gets shy, Okay. He doesn't, he basically, he tells me the story, so I guess I will tell you them, because as he tells me them, because, I don't feel afraid. I don't know why, but there's nothing to be afraid of, to be honest.
Yeah, we're talking to strangers at the end of the day, so.
Yeah,
we're talking to Jack
and
Sparrow, practically,
the things he tells me personally, because I don't think he likes having this, to be honest with you. It's like, it's not something that comes up in conversation for him. Like, he doesn't want people to think he's crazy. Where me, I could care less. Like, you could think what you want about me because I know what I saw.
Yeah, of course.
Yes, but thank you. Of
course, no problem.
I'm sorry, I'm talking your ear off over here.
All right.
Does anybody have any questions for my dad, or do you have any more questions?
No, I'm good, yeah. I'm just happy to finally verbally met him.
Yeah. Sorry he was a little off, though. He's, like, telling you about somebody that's living. I'm like, Dad, do you realize what...
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for being here, Scorpio Star. I'm going to move on now.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, go ahead.
You take care.
Thank you.
Of course.
Take care.
All right. Zach and Anonymous, I do see you. Excuse me. All right. Zach, you're going first, then it'll be Anonymous.
Hello.
Hi, Zach. Thank you for being here. Quick question. How old are you?
I am 25.
Perfect.
Unfortunately.
Try not to cuss like FVFF. It's okay to swear here and there. It's fine. And try not to get too fanatical. It's okay to have religion in your story, but not to a point to be preachy. That being said, it's all you.
Okay. So I don't have a ghost story that I couldn't explain away by an open window or something. But my grandpa has told the same story since me and my sister were kids. And we've tried to get him to slip up in his story or say or just to try to disprove it. Me and my sister have tried several times. Mm-hmm. And now that I'm 25, my grandpa's on his way out, I'd say. Mm-hmm. And he is still firmly committed to this story.
Not for sure. Well.
So, I'll tell you. I'll retell. So he lives in Arizona, kind of like on the border with, you know how the 4 states connect?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So kind of close to Colorado and stuff in Arizona, in a just a small 1-story house. So his living room is right across from a doorway to the kitchen. And he told me he was taking a nap in his living room on his couch. He was pretty old at this time. He says that he woke up and saw a transparent woman who was wearing Native American style, I don't know how to describe it, like animal fur.
Yeah.
She was wearing furs. But she looked at my grandpa, and my grandpa looked at her, and she turned around and walked through the door into their kitchen. And so he got up and followed her, just confused, trying to see if it was a real woman in his house or not, basically. And when he went into the kitchen, there was no one there, but the stove was on and running. So he had fallen asleep with his stove on and almost burned down the house. But he woke up to this woman who led him to the stove, and he immediately turned it off. And he still swears by this story. You can't convince him anything else happened.
Yeah. No, for sure, man. All right. Well,
That's all I got.
No, for
A
sure,
positive ghost story, a friendly ghost story.
yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah, no, positive. Doesn't always have to be The Conjuring. It's fine, you know.
Yeah.
Well,
But yeah, like I've said, he's never missed a detail, and he swears by it. So at this point, I think I believe it.
no, for sure, dude. Once again, I appreciate you telling this story. I appreciate you just contributing to the live.
No problem.
All right, man. Well, you take it
Thanks
easy,
for letting
Zach.
me. Have a good one.
You too. All right. I don't know why my camera has to do that, but yes. All right. Anonymous, you are up. JP, it's good to see you, dude. Hello.
Hi,
Hi. Thank you for being here. Quick question. How old are you?
36.
Perfect. Try not to cuss like FDFF. Have you heard the rules already?
I have.
Perfect. It's all you.
So I got married when I was 21 to my husband.
Mm-hmm.
And when we got married, we didn't move in together before we were married. We did it after marriage. And so, but we got an apartment together and we put all of our stuff together in the apartment, and he stayed there while I stayed with my grandparents until we were married.
Yeah.
I moved my jewelry box in, and in my jewelry box, I had inherited my dad's wedding ring from his marriage to my mom, which was a really negative, bad, violent marriage. And I don't know why I wanted the ring.
Yeah.
It's really weird, but I just always was like, I would love to have I don't know. I just have good memories of you and mom when I was a kid, so I'd love to have a piece of that, I guess. But their marriage was not good, but they were always good to us. So, but it was weird to even want the ring, but he let me have it. And he always had weird things that happened to him. And I never really thought about it. It was just a normal thing that happened in our house. So I was just like, whatever. But after we got married, I moved my jewelry box into the house and it had my ring inside. And my husband would come home from work, or I would be in the house putting groceries and stuff away and getting it ready for when we were going to move in, and the jewelry box would be open and all of my necklaces would be pulled forward and sitting out. And I thought at the time, because I was trying to explain it, I'm like, oh my gosh, the dresser must be off balance and leaning forward, and so my jewelry box keeps opening and the necklaces keep coming out.
Mm-hmm.
So I was trying to explain it, and I just asked him, can you get your level out and see if the dresser's level and fix it, because I don't want to lose anything. So he started having weird things happen, but he didn't want to tell me about it because he didn't want me to be nervous. But I guess he was sitting at the desk one night in the house, and there was a cup of pens, and he said the cup flew off the desk and creeped him out. It scared him really bad, and so he's like, okay, it's bedtime.
Yeah.
So he went to bed, and then after we got married, we continued to have weird stuff happen. There would be a smoke smell that would materialize in the house. Neither of us smoked, and we didn't have anyone really in our lives that smoked. But you would get this strong smoke smell that would just materialize, and then it would travel around the house. It was really weird. And we couldn't figure out what that was, but figured that maybe someone before us smoked, and then every now and again the residual smell would just come. But it just started to escalate. And I remember we were really young, so we didn't have money or anything like that. And so for curtains, we had blankets, right? We put blankets over the windows in the beginning. And it was almost a total blackout situation. And at night, sometimes we'd be laying there
Crazy for
in bed, and we would see a red light that would like travel across the room, and it would never stop. It would go straight. And we thought for a long time it was lights from a car, you know, like the back lights. But one night it stopped over our heads, and we both were like, headlights don't do that. That's really bizarre.
Yeah.
And it just kind of like hovered there. and it was kind of creepy. And then we started thinking about it and realized that there was no way that lights could have gotten through the blankets anyways. And so we continued having things like that happen, and then it started escalating to noises. There was like one night where it sounded like somebody was clapping or snapping their fingers right above our heads.
Yeah.
And we were like, that is so bizarre. Like, how do you explain that? And we couldn't. And the whole thing escalated into like the scariest thing that we experienced the whole time, which was I had been asleep and having like nightmares all night and weird dreams. And I woke up and sat up in bed, and there was a person standing at the end of the bed, a man, but he didn't like have a face. I couldn't see his face. And I was looking at him and I thought I was still dreaming. So I woke my husband up and I pointed at him and I said, do you see that? And he goes, yeah. And I thought I was in a dream. So I said, okay, good. And I laid down and went back to sleep. Because I'm like, this is just a dream, no big deal. Yeah. And he was scared to death. And he said he just sat and looked at it, and it looked at him, and then it faded. And he didn't know what to do about it. We were religious at the time. We're not now. And we kind of exhausted all of the religious avenues that we could to get rid of it. And nothing really happened. Like, it always came back. And then I started telling my dad about it, and I was really frustrated and upset about it. And my dad was like, do you have my ring from my marriage? And I was like, yeah, I have your ring from, when you were married to Mom. And he's like, well, that's your problem. If you'll get rid of it, it'll stop. And I was like, well, that's weird. And I had a friend from work that had like a paranormal group.
Yeah.
That he did for fun. And so he actually came one night and took pictures and got a picture of like the scary demon looking thing on the side of the wall. It was really creepy. I still have the picture. But when I got rid of his ring, when I sent it back to him, everything stopped. And we haven't really had any issues since.
Wow. That's interesting. All because of that. Seems like because of that ring.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it had some kind of a negative attachment to it.
I think it was just like what it was associated with, really. I mean, despite it being linked to like good moments for you, like just everything that happened in the background with this ring probably just contributed to all the negative energy, really. So I'm sorry you had to go through that.
No, it's fine. It's an interesting story now. At the time, it was really scary. But now I look back on it and I'm like, well, I have an interesting story to tell. And sometimes people believe me and sometimes they're like, that's ridiculous, especially because most of the religious people that we know don't believe that kind of a thing is possible. I didn't either at the time.
I get that. Yeah, no, I get that. I know plenty in my life, trust me.
Right. Well, I didn't think it was possible either until my dad was like, get rid of the ring and it'll be fine. And I'm like, that is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. But then when I was fed up with it and actually did what he said, it all ended.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, Anonymous, thank you for having the courage to tell that story, especially to complete strangers, I appreciate you. Thank you.
Yeah, no worries. Thanks.
Quick question. Are you okay? This is all being screen recorded. It's going to be on my YouTube channel. I post my podcast there. Are you okay with the story being there?
Yeah, sure.
For sure. Thank you. All right. Well, you have a wonderful night, and thank you for being here.
Yeah, thanks. See ya.
Take care. All right. Okay. The queue is empty. So, if you guys like what you see here, tap that screen, send all the likes my way, and share it. Encourage your friends to share their stories. I should share. No, for sure, JP. No rush. I mean, if you have a story you want to share that sticks out to you, it could be a story you've told in the past, because it's been a very long time since you've been here. So yeah. Okay, let's see. Mr. Live, I see you. Hold on real quick. Another thing too, guys, I do ghost story narrations too, paranormal narrations. So if you have a story that was just unexplainable and it just had to be paranormal phenomenon, DM it to me, type it out to me, give me a script to read off of, and I make a whole TikTok video about it, and I post it on Instagram as well as YouTube. You can go as anonymous, that's completely fine, that's valid, or I could tag you and even add you as a collaborator on the Instagram post, and it does go on YouTube as well. So once again, if you have a story you'd like me to narrate, just DM it to me. I would love to narrate it. That being said, Mr. Live is gone now. Okay, never mind. Well then, I guess I have to share one of my stories then. Once again, if you have a story you'd like to share, as the button suggests, be a guest. Would love to have you on. Let's see. Let's talk about the first time I astral projected on accident. So, 2015? It was 2015. I was stationed in Japan and I had an apartment. I was living in an apartment over there. And I was trying to figure out a way how to astral project. I watch all these YouTube tutorials and I'm trying these methods out. None are working. And being Christian mind at the time, just none are working. I even talked to some of my pagan friends that were enlisted, and they told me about a technique, but it didn't work for me either. I guess it just comes with being ADHD. But I remember this one time. I remember I had it. I was tired. I was tired of losing sleep over this. And I said, you know what? I got work tomorrow. And I need to get some sleep. So, yeah, I'm done trying this. Pause real quick. No, for sure, JP. No rush, man. If she ever comes on, she's ever able to come on, just tell her to come here. Yeah. No worries. No one has to tell a story if they don't want to. It's fine. So, resuming. I just give it up. I'm like, whatever. I need to get some sleep. A few moments later, I feel... Oh, no, for sure, JP. I feel my body... I feel myself leave my body. Like, floating. And it's a visceral feeling. Excuse me. It's a very... it's a tangible feeling. I'm like, whoa, this is interesting. My eyes are still closed, but I feel myself floating forward. And I get excited. I remember I was so excited. I'm like, oh my God, this is really happening. And I didn't make it far. I just made it to my front door. And I'm like, okay, I should open my eyes. I open my eyes and I see the door right in front of me. Out of nowhere, a giant shadow hand just grabbed me and threw me right back in my body, like aggressively. And I remember seeing myself from a third person point of view, twitching my body back and forth, left and right. And finally I'm fully merged back in, and I look to the left. There was a box TV there, playing nothing but static. And on the right of it was a shadow figure wearing a suit, arms crossed, just like looking at me like that. Not in a menacing kind of manner, but more like, you're lucky I'm here. You're not ready to be out there. There's a protective vibe from it. So after that, I woke up back in reality, and that was that. Yeah, a lot of people have negative experiences with shadow figures, and for me, the way I looked at it was very positive, because this seemed very protective. Some people do astral project and come back, and they're just like, it's either a positive or a negative experience. So, yeah, no kidding. Said I can tell you one of his. No, for sure, Scorpio Star. Come on up, yeah. For sure, JP, come on up, yeah. All right. Okay, Scorpio Star, and then Chi. And then JP.
Let them come on first. I'll be here. Sorry about that. He was just embarrassed, but I will come back. Let the other people tell their stories first.
Sounds good.
Oh.
All right. JP, you are up.
Oh,
Hey.
oh, dang! How did I make it go video? Darn it! Oh wait, there we go. Wait. Okay, there we go.
There we go.
Hey everyone! Now you can see me live instead
Yeah.
of just looking at my picture.
Good to see you, dude. It's been a while.
I know, right? It's been a good minute since you saw me. My beard's gone longer.
Definitely has. Well,
So, anyways, why does my screen look so dirty? Let me clean it. Okay, that's better.
well, bro, it's all you, man. Good to have you back.
I know. So, anyways, so you're talking about astral projection. So I thought, okay, that's a story I could tell because
Go for it.
since you're currently talking about astral projection, because I've done astral projection, I've kind of in one way mastered it. So it's not that difficult for me. I know for others it is, but for me it's not. This was about, let me see, maybe about 8 to 10 years ago. What happened was that there was a few friends during the time when, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of PlayStation Home back in the day on PS3 and things like that, where you used to have virtual reality characters and things like that. So anyways, I made some friends online. Well, some of the friends I made online, I would do video chat like what I'm doing with you right now.
Yeah.
And in time, I did meet them in person. So now I physically know them just like how I met you, bro. I met them in person.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, one of them, I was at my job, I was at my security job, and I was at my post, and as I was sitting there, I got an image of my friend, because he worked in this ham factory in Nebraska, and what it is, and they have these trees, and these trees have hooks on them, and each tree without a ham hanging, so let's just say, I think it has like 6 or 8 hams going like across from, so it's probably like, if you think about it like a row, it probably can hold maybe like 20 hams on one side and then 20 on the other. Let's just put it like that.
Mm-hmm.
So without the hams being on there, it's 1,000 pounds. With the hams being on there, you're looking at almost like 2,500 pounds. Anyways, as I was sitting there at my work, I saw my friend working in the ham factory, and I saw him pushing it, and I saw where, because it has these wheels that attach to the top, because how it rolls around, how you push it around, because technically it dangles in the air. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw that the track was going to come loose, and it was going to come down and it was going to fall on him. So what I did is I told him, and I whispered in his ear, I said to him, I go, step back. And what I saw happen is I saw the ham tree fall, and it missed him by an inch. It could have crushed him. And so, and then after that happened, all his coworkers stood around him like, what the hell? I'm sorry, what just happened?
Yeah.
And after they did that, I wanted to see if he could see me. So what I purposely did was I walked behind the other hanging hams in the factory, and I made myself visibly appear to him. So to see if he could see me, because I wanted to play around. This is, mind you, everyone, this is me playing with my gifts and my abilities, okay? And so I saw the look on his eyes that he saw me. And as soon as he saw me, I stepped away and I disappeared.
5 minutes later, he calls me up on the phone. He says, John, he goes, I have to tell you something. His name is Chris, my buddy, okay?
Yeah.
I go, how about instead of you tell me, I go, how about I tell you? So I told the same exact story that I told him. But I left out the part where he saw me. And he goes, that's exactly what happened. He goes, and then as I was looking through the crowd, he goes, I saw you. And then he goes, and then you disappeared. And so he was so thankful that I was there because he heard my whispers in his ear. He heard me whisper in his ear because it'd be like me leaning over your back and whispering in your ear. I was that close to him, but I was astral projecting myself. And so we're talking about from California to Nebraska, and being able to physically still sit there, but put yourself in two different places at the same time, yet still physically help somebody at the same time. And so my buddy was so thankful. So he said that I saved his life because of what I did for him. Because he told me, he goes, I heard somebody say, step back, step back. And then like he said at the end, which I left out that part, was where he goes, I saw you. He goes, and he says, he says, effing right there is what he said to me, verbatim. And I said to him, I go, yeah, I was. He goes, but how did you know? I go, I told him. I go, because I saw everything. I saw the trap was going to come undone, and I knew that if you didn't step back in enough time, it was going to fall on you and kill you. I said to him. So that's that story. Since that period in time, what I've done with some of my closest friends is that sometimes, without them even knowing it, but yet they always tend to feel my presence, is that lots of times I'll astral project into their house or to their apartment or whatever else like that.
Yeah.
And sometimes I've just sat there and I've explained their surroundings of where they're sitting. And sometimes, like, I'll be like talking on the phone with them, and they'll tell me on the phone, they'll be like, John, get out of my house.
Love it.
They'll be like, I'm like, what? They're like, no. They're like, get out. They're like, my house. I'm like, but what? They're like, no. So it was a unique experience, but at the same time, though, I guess you could say that's the first time I've ever astral projected and helped somebody at the same time and yet saved their life at the same time without physically being there and being in two different states. And the time that it happened at, I believe, 9:30 my time, 9:30 p.m.
Yeah.
And he was 2 hours ahead because he used to work graveyard shift at this factory. And so, this happened at 12:30 a.m. for him.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I said, it's a story, and you guys are sitting there talking about astral projection. So I thought, well, okay, I have a story on astral projection, so I thought I might as well do that. Besides fooling around with my other friends and checking up on them, and at times they'll sit there and when I talk to them on the phone, they're like, I've known you've been here. Even though you haven't called me or said anything, they're like, I've known you've been here. I'm like, well, what do you want me to do? I'm like, I'm just making sure you're okay. But I always have a sense and a feeling when something's always up with my friends and everybody I get to know. I always know when something's wrong. And so lots of times, even though you'll hear me ask everybody, how are you doing? Lots of times when I sit there and I re-say the question again, that's me telling you, look at, hey, I know something's up. You can't lie. There's no lying to me. I can peel you like an onion. It's not that hard. So, but that's my story. I'm not going to take up too much time. And hi, everybody. By the way, on the chat, like I said earlier, I'm one of his oldest mods and became one of his real friends in real life. We did meet in person at one of his concerts, which was awesome. And at the same time, just kind of give you guys a heads up. I don't know, I guess you can either call me a psychic, a medium, or whatever you want to call me, however you want to picture it. But there's a lot of things that I've been able to do, and there's a lot of stories that I've told Sam here on the chat and to everybody else. So sometimes if you guys have questions or concerns or things that you don't quite understand for some reason or another, I don't know how, and even Sam's witnessed this himself. I've been able to explain stuff without telling you I know how to explain stuff. Just for some reason, just know. I've never done tarot cards or anything like that. I literally just go by whatever it comes to me. And that's just pretty much it. That's how I roll. So anyone, that's my story.
For sure, man. It's great to have you back, bro. Quick question. Are you okay with this being on YouTube?
Oh, bro, I don't care. That's fine.
For
I'm
sure,
not going
man.
to trip.
Just want to run by you. All right, man. Well, this will be a more often thing. The next couple weeks, I won't be live because I'll be in Prague in Germany. And it'll be for 2.5 weeks. Yep. And yeah.
At least let me know how you're doing. Or there's that. I'll just think about you and I'll see how you're doing.
For
It's
sure.
one of the two.
For sure, man. For sure, yeah. But yeah, no, I appreciate having you on, dude. And yeah, Scorpio Star, he's a great guy. He really is a great guy, yeah. So, but
Thank you. I appreciate it, Scorpio. Most of the time, my aura either tends to run very, very white or either very bright purplish color. Is what I tend to normally run at. But I actually hide my aura from others because if I don't, I attract entities, and sometimes I don't feel like dealing with the dead all the time. It can be quite annoying. Especially when they want you to do this all the time. So,
no. Well, for sure, man.
so anyways, yeah.
Take care and
Okay, so you're gonna.
sorry?
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Go
No,
ahead.
you go ahead.
Yeah, no, I'm just like thank you for being here, you know. Just I'm gonna move on to the next guest.
No, for sure. I was gonna say it's been a minute since it's been on here. Just kick me out of the video because I don't remember how to do it.
Oh yeah, no,
That's all I
for
was
sure.
gonna say.
For sure, man. Take care.
Okay.
Alright. Okay. And the queue is empty once more. I have a feeling some of these people, they guessed up and then they keep scrolling and they forget that they were guests. I guess ADHD is just a prominent thing. Alright. Scorpio Star, welcome back. Ugh.
Hello. First of all, wow.
Try talking a bit closer to the...
I'm sorry. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Oh, the gentleman that is just on here, I want to say, first of all, that's called bilocation, when you could be in two places at once. Because I have experienced, well, I didn't know I could do this. People have told me that when they're very sad, they feel my presence around them. And a saint that my dad used to pray to, I'm not trying to get preachy over here, but I'm just saying, he had that where he could, it was called bilocation. Like, it's the actual name, so I just wanted to share that. And second of all, my dad was, nervous and he wanted to say sorry. He got confused, but he wanted me to tell you guys a story or two. But since you're on the topic of astral projection, I want to tell a story about my husband, what he did. I'm not going to say his name because he doesn't mind I share his stories. He just doesn't want his name in anything because he's a welder. So
Yeah. Is it being on YouTube okay?
yeah,
Okay,
that's fine.
making sure.
Yeah, that's fine. So, when he was in Guyana, he used to work in the mines. And one night he wanted to garden. And mind you, they're in the mines. They're in the middle of nowhere in the Amazon, in the middle of the Amazon. And Guyana's in South America. So it's like they're in the middle of nowhere. And he wanted a garden. And the guy that had supplies, he was being a a-hole. He didn't want to, give them any. So my husband lay down and he was wide awake. And he said he saw where the guy put it, like his soul left his body. And he followed the guy to where he put it. And then he got up and he told his cousin, because his cousin was working in the mines with him. He's like, let's go. I got stuff so we could garden. He's like, how? He wouldn't give you any. He's like, don't worry. I know where he put it. And he's like, what do you mean? He's like, my soul just took me to it. Like his spirit left his body, showed him where he put it. And then he goes back, into his soul goes back into his body. And he got up and he walked right to where it was at and he found it.
That is
So
interesting.
yeah, I know it sounds crazy, but over there you got to remember, like you said in Japan too, it's different. It's not like this stuff you see here.
Yeah.
And I said, you astro projected, you know that, right? And he's like, I don't know what you call it, but I know why I did that. I'm like, what? Like, yeah, I don't know. I don't ever want that gift. Like,
Yeah.
I that scares me.
Yeah, no, it's funny because like there was a prompt basically. He was like, I need to find this right here. It's like, okay, let me take you there. Yeah, it's right there. Now you see it. Okay, let me go back and let me go and get it. You know?
Yeah, I mean, my husband has some weird stuff with him because, like, I know one time, I swear to God, this happened. I was laying in the bed and he wasn't here. He was at his friend's house, and my grandmother because I've been sleeping downstairs at my grandmother's house because she's not doing so well right now, so I just stay with her. She has a mirror by her bed, and I know spiritually that's not good to have a mirror by your bed. I know that she knows it, but she just does. That's just her. I swear I seen him in the mirror, and he was staring at me, and I jumped up, and I was like, what? This didn't just happen. And, like, it's just weird with him. He's something else. I swear he's a warlock, but he says he's not. But, like, things like, I just be talking, and I don't even say anything, and he be telling me what I did.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, you could be psychic, but you're a little too much for me. I can't with you.
I love it. Yeah. No, it's
And,
funny. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, no, we have a mirror right in front of our bed, really. It's right behind our TV in front of our bed, but, like, you know, I know it's a case-by-case basis, but, like, we never really had any, like, crazy activity happen in our bedroom or in our house. Like,
Yeah.
radically, you know, like, the only radical stuff that, not even that radical, that happened was when we first moved in here. It's like, oh, okay, one of my t-shirts got duplicated out of nowhere. Okay.
I know, that was crazy. I love it. I love that when you told that story. I'm like, what?
Yeah, that was probably the craziest thing that happened here. You know, aside from our shoe rack being knocked over and our bathroom door knocking on the other side. So, but hey, TJ Deposit, good to see you again. But,
She said, happy church people.
but I know, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I got it. That went over my head. Could I tell that story real quick of what happened with the happy church people? It's okay?
Oh yeah, absolutely, yeah. I mean, yeah, go for it. Go for it.
All right, so we're gonna just use happy church people for whatever our reasons are. Well, because you know why the lie we can't. So I was in Saratoga, and that's upstate. So that's where me and my dad spent our summers all the time. Now, before I left that summer, my ex-boyfriend, he turned around and told me that those happy church people are still around. And I said, why did you just say that? And he's like, I don't know, because he was very spiritual too. He's like, I don't know, Spirit told me to tell you that. I'm like, okay, that's weird, whatever. So then I was up there, and I'm dreaming, and then I come home. I was working at night. I was working 12 to 8, and I closed my eyes, but I was like sleeping, but I was awake. You know what I'm talking about, that sleep? I can't explain it when you're like awake but you're sleeping.
Elena. Yeah.
And anyway, I seen them, and it was dark out, and they were by a pond, and there was a cross burning and just a couple of other things. And I'm like, why am I seeing this? And I jumped up, and I seen it for like 5 nights in a row. And then I went and days in a row, not nights. And then I went and asked the owner, was there a pond or something in the back? And she's like, yeah, there was. It dried up. I'm like, oh, okay. But I didn't tell my story to her because, you know, I don't want to be labeled crazy. And then it just reminded me, honestly, from when I was 10 years old. I forgot about this. Then I remembered it, and nobody knows about this except my dad and me and the person. One time, my dad's friend was up there, and we were coming home from a party, and she started driving really fast, and she turned into, you know, the cabins where we were at. And I heard her over talking to my dad and said that the happy church people followed her home. And that's why she was driving fast. And when she turned into our, the driveway to the cabin, they disappeared. And my dad's like, I believe it. And I was like, but I overheard that. But real quick, before I go off of here, that night too, I remember she came in the room because I was sleeping with her and her two daughters. We were all in the room. She asked me something stupid about my dad because she was, partaking in adult beverages.
Scorpio Star, real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Just to give more context. So, guys, when she says happy church people, it's code for people that are very prejudiced-minded towards certain individuals. So, just to give more context. Carry on.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
The singing choir, the singing church people choir. But anyway, she had asked me a question about my dad. She said, does he hurt you at night? And I was like, no, my dad would never. Why would you say that? What is wrong with you? And I'm 10 years old. And she's like, no, I'm just asking her. It's like, well, don't ever ask that again. 5 minutes later, me and her heard a man say, you say that again, I'm going to unalive you. We got so scared. There was nobody there. So that place, basically, anybody that doesn't know about Saratoga Springs, go look it up. That place is haunted. There's so much activity, and my dad has so many stories. He got scared, though, like I said, but I will tell his stories another time. He's just, for him it's embarrassing, and he knows a lot of people, so he doesn't want somebody to hear his voice. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I get you, JP,
But-
too. I get you.
Yeah. But thank you. Thank you for letting me be here.
TJ Deposit, that code, that...
Yeah, I love the name of that.
Like I've been laughing
happy
about that for the
church
past
people.
couple of days already. I'm just like, wow, that's one way to put it. And being general, of course, not the cool ones, but yeah.
Yeah, but I can't believe I seen them, and that's scary. I mean, to think that they even exist up north.
Yeah.
I thought, and then to find out they made a movie about it, 12 Years a Slave, and it took place in that Congress Park there. That's what makes it even scarier.
Yeah.
See, I didn't know any of this. You know what I mean? So you can't even say that, I made this up in my head. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like signs. I'm sorry. I'm into signs. I like my proof. I'm a medium, but I like proof at the same time. My logical brain kicks in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no kidding.
But anyway, thank you. I'm going to listen now. Thank you for letting me talk your ear off.
Take care.
Okay, bye.
Hey, Sunflower Babe. No, just having people tell their stories like usual. But yeah, guys, the queue is empty. If anyone that's been on already wants to tell another story, click the guest button below. Would love to have you on. Yeah. Yeah, no, TJ Deposit, just LMFAO. All right. I'm thinking for the follow, Sunflower Babe. But yeah, just also just a reminder too. I do ghost story narrations, and so basically, I have people type out their story, send it to me, and I do a whole entire TikTok video about it, and telling the story. And I could tag you in it. I also post it on Instagram and TikTok. I could tag you in it and ask you to ask you to be a collaborator on an Instagram post. But if you so wish to have it be anonymous, that's completely fine. That's valid as well. So, but yeah, no, I do that. So it's just so that I have other content to put out regarding the subject. My YouTube handle, it's the same handle, the same username. So Samael_Nocturne. So today's a good day though. Today's a small victory. I was finally able to change my username on TikTok to Samael_Nocturne instead of Samael_Rain. For those that don't know, I got dismissed from my band, and because I'll just say how it is, we got sold out by the leader of the band, and we all agreed to do a rebrand, but it just didn't turn out in our favor. I couldn't scream the way they wanted me to, so that's just how it happened. Yep. But yeah, no, this Samaya _ Nocturne, it's just it's a small victory for me, but I'm thankful for it, really am. So yeah, that being said, I love horrorcore music. Horrorcore is awesome, yeah. I'm a horror junkie, so yeah, no, I get that. But yeah, that being said, if anyone else wants to come on and share their story, click the guest button down below. I would love to have you on. And horrorcore musicians. The direction I'm taking with my solo project is oh, excuse me, I see someone in the guest box. Brad Smith, I'll get to you. Hold on real quick. The horror direction that I'm taking it, the music direction I'm taking it in is going to be very much industrial dark wave. And yeah, so I'm part of a label called Sick Entertainment and Anxiety Music. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, no, the band I was a part of was called Pray for Rain. The music that we had is still up on Spotify and everything, but unfortunately, I got to start from scratch again. Oh, TJ, yeah, for sure, man. That's cool. It's the direction I'm going in. Like, my buddy sent me a track already to throw lyrics on, and I just gotta get a vocal line done. You're with the band. Oh, cool. Nice. Just gotta throw a vocal line on it, and he'll mix and master it, and the track is done. Yep. So that's awesome. That's gotta be a great gig, though. You know. So I'm happy for you. I'm happy for you. Just gotta, like I said, I'm starting from scratch again, but I'm happy with this direction, though. It's way more me. It's way more authentic. It's the direction I want to take. I've been wanting to take since I was in the band. So, but yeah, no, great to know that, TJ. Thank you for yeah. By the way, bro, the last concert I went to. Yeah, what about? What's up? What about it, JP? Yeah, no, I was the last. Yeah, we were the headliner. Yeah, it was a house show, but nothing special. But yeah. Oh, okay, no, for sure, dude. Yeah, go out, go see other bands, dude. Like, experience music live. It's so much better than listening to it on streaming, my opinion. Support these bands live. Yeah, no, really. But yeah. All right, that being said, for sure, GP. I'm flattered, bro. Thank you. Okay, Brad Smith, you are up. Always, TJ, always.
Hello there.
Hi, Brad.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, yes. Thank you for being here. How old are you?
I'm 20. I'm 20.
Yeah, I heard you. Try not to cuss like FDFF. It's okay to swear here and there. And try not to get too fanatical. It's okay to have religion in your story, but not to a point to where it's preachy. That being said, and obviously, no trolling. If you're gonna troll, just leave.
Okay, is the AC too loud? I can't turn it off. It's really hot in here.
No, it's fine.
Okay. Where would you like me to start? I've practiced everything from Gnosis to astral projection.
Oh, shoot, cool. Let's do astral projection, yeah.
Okay, so it's something I've never really been very good at doing consciously, but I've had a lot of experience with it. And it's gotten to where, especially in altered states of consciousness, for the sake of censorship, I'll put it as that, yeah. I've both in altered states and non-altered states of consciousness, I've been able to leave my body and accurately remote view detailed information. I want to say anywhere from 80 to 90% of the time.
Okay.
So what I mean by that is, say, I'll give an example. I go shopping with one of my relatives, and they need to find where the carrots are. And what I'll do is, and I know this sounds crazy, I know I sound crazy saying this, but just hear me on this, is I will just think to myself and allow my subconscious, allow the universe, whatever you want to think of it as, to tell me where it's at. And I'll let my subconscious mind just take over my muscle memory and direct my hand in whatever direction I'm supposed to walk in towards. So I end up walking in a direction that I think is completely random, and I'm like, this doesn't make no sense. There's no carrots. And I think this is stupid. And then I look around the complete other side of the thing, and the exact other side of where I was pointing were the carrots. And I've had several instances, well, from finding car keys to finding places in the mall to finding where my car has been lost to finding completely random objects just by asking the universe, hey, where is this thing that I'm using, I'm trying to find, i.e. remote viewing,
Yeah.
and just letting the divination, my subconscious, take over and just telling me what direction to go in. And it always works. The only time it doesn't work is when you second guess yourself. And everyone can do it. It's not unique to me.
Yeah. Not
And when I just started getting into that, really, and I think that's not so much ass rejection as remote viewing, but more so remote viewing.
No, for sure. That's good info. Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate that. Quick question, actually. Oh, Martine, hey. Do you know how to, what do you call it? Lucid dream.
Yes, I'm very proficient at lucid dreaming when I can remember my dreams.
Yeah, if you could, it's okay if you want to keep it private, it's fine. But like, if you have a method, would you like to share that, please? 'Cause I've been trying to like.
I can go into great detail about all of this. So with lucid dreaming, the main thing is that it's just like, you have to understand that your own lucid dream is your own AI generated. Think of it as your own like AI generated simulation your mind creates for your consciousness to have your own little play space. You know the game Minecraft as an analogy?
Yeah.
It's like your brain's creating your own AI generated Minecraft server for your consciousness and other souls' consciousness to visit. Think of that analogy, right?
Yeah.
So if you understand that when you put too much, I'm sorry, I lost track.
You're good.
I lost track of my original thought. Can you rephrase the question? Oh yeah, the lucid dream.
Yeah.
Lucid dream, the main signs you want to look for is you want to look for anything that would be considered basically AI slop by looking around in material reality. And I know that sounds very weird to say, but you notice how whenever you put up an AI prompt, you can't get accurate numbers or symbols or anything. It's just a vague notion of the thing.
Yeah.
When you're in a dreamlike state, that's the ultimate definitive measure for how you use reality testers. Is this AI or not? And that tells you, is this my brain's invocation or is this reality?
Yeah.
That's how you tell yourself if you're in the waking state or sleeping state, because even if your third eye is fully open and you're fully conscious and awake, but you're still perceiving that other dimensional plane, because of the fact that you're perceiving it through the mind's eye, the effects similar to how you perceive things through perceiving it through the camera lens of an AI. If you've ever experimented with technology like that with AI cameras, how they will create this weird psychedelic-like effect, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I believe the pineal gland essentially does the same thing in some weird way. So what I mean by that is, do you understand where I'm getting from? I feel like I'm getting a little off track.
So, just looking for more so of a method of how to lucid dream.
Okay, I got a little off track.
You're good. Every time I try to do it, like, for some reason,
what I'm
it
saying,
just kept
the
me
reason
up.
why I'm bringing this up is that if you can draw parallels between how the feel and the look of AI images and videos, and you can compare that to real life images, and whenever you feel this sensation to yourself and ask yourself, am I in a dream? Ask yourself, does everything around me look and function like AI?
Yeah.
That's the number one reality check. That's why I'm drilling it in, that's all.
Okay.
It feels like AI, because if you're in a dream and you look at a clock, the numbers will be distorted.
Yeah.
If you try to measure the time will never be an accurate time. Also, another thing to note is that if you tell the people in the dream they're not real, bad things could happen, or they could protest it, or they could behave in a way that is almost autonomous to you.
I've heard that.
So that's how you tell if you're in a dream. If you tell everyone in the dream, hey, you guys are all not real, this is a dream, and reality itself collapses, that's how you 100% know you're in a dream.
No, for sure. It's just the thing about me. Like, every time I'm in a dream, I don't know I'm in a dream. You know?
So here's how you induce it. The simplest method to tell if you're in a dream, if you questioned yourself, am I already in a dream? This is only going to work if you already have that idea in my head of, am I in a dream right now?
Yeah.
First things first, try to turn on a light switch. If you're in a dream, you can only turn on light switches with your mind. You cannot physically turn on a light switch in a dream state.
Yeah.
You have to use your own mental projection to affect electricity. The brain cannot use electricity in that way, in that dimension.
Yeah.
It doesn't work. That is the main thing. If you can do anything like that, anything relating to electronics or logical mechanisms or systems, the brain or whatever scripted immersion with your environment, it's going to be sloppy. It's not going to be realistic. It's not going to be detailed. You're going to notice sloppy details. Slow down, breathe, notice all the little nooks and crannies in the environment. It's really that simple.
So, like, I imagine, like, one already has to have this kind of idea in mind even when they do dream.
Yeah,
like,
the idea is all day, every day, have this idea in your head that you might be dreaming, that this might not be real. Double check it and then perceive it.
Yeah, for sure, man.
That's the trick. Just have the idea in the head that what you're perceiving might not be real at all times, and then check it if you want to know. That's the only way.
Got it. So I hear all these, like, methods, you know, and I'm just like...
They're overcomplicating it, man.
No,
all you
really
gotta do is you just have to be aware of the fact that you could not be asleep. You could be dreaming. And that's
is
the
this a
main
dream? You know, do a reality check.
Yes. Once you perfect it's one of those things where you can explain in words, but once you can't intuitively teach in words. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They have to do it themselves. It's like riding a bike.
Yeah.
But once you get it, you'll get it.
No, for sure. Because I've been trying to, like, figure out, like, a method to, like, induce myself into a lucid dream, but it's like...
It's not about inducing it. It's about being aware of the
Just being
possibility.
aware, yeah. Because, like, for me, when I dream, it's just like, I just dream, you know? Like, I'm not even aware that I'm in a dream at all, you know? So...
The mental trick. Hear me out on this.
Go for it.
Think of it the opposite, as you're in a dream when you're awake, and you're asleep when you're in the dream.
Yeah.
So if you think of it as you're awake when you're asleep and asleep when you're awake, then at all times it trains you to constantly do reality checks.
Yeah.
But it also strengthens your intuition tenfold.
For sure. It's just a matter of, like, having that moment in the dream where it's like you question, wait, is this even real?
If you can learn to do that every day in your waking life, you will have significantly more control over it.
No, for sure. No, that makes sense. That's just a lot of conditioning one has to do, but that makes a lot of sense, though. That makes sense. Yeah.
Magic and hypnosis is all psychological conditioning, but psychological conditioning is your connection to the universe because the universe is consciousness. That's my thing.
Yeah. No, for sure, man.
So I was going to wait till he finished because I didn't want to interrupt what he had to say. But you're trying to put yourself into that state. The easiest form, the easiest way, if you want to put yourself into lucid dreaming, it's when you're most exhausted. It's when you're so tired that you want to go to sleep, but yet you still feel like that you don't want to go to sleep. And so what happens is you lay down in your bed and you silence everything around you and you start listening. You try to hear the most faintest things that are in the distance. So it's another form of meditation when you do this. And then as you calm yourself and you slow your heart rate and you slow everything else down and you slow your mind, that's when you start to do lucid dreaming. So pretty much what it is when you're doing lucid dreaming, you're crossing into the other realm. So technically you're crossing into the spiritual realm as opposed to the physical realm that you and I live in, okay?
Yeah.
When it comes to that state of mind. So in one factor, he is correct. When you're dreaming, when you're not dreaming, things like that, in one portion of it. But the thing of it is, though, it doesn't mean that it's not real. Because when you're lucid dreaming, you're also, in some ways, seeing your past lives. And you're also seeing your demons. You're also seeing whoever else that comes forward. As an example, with my story with lucid dreaming, I had one night where I was super, super tired. I went to go to sleep. I was laying there, but yet I was still awake and conscious.
Yeah.
When I was awake and conscious, my light went from a yellow glow to a red glow, okay? There was a figure all dressed in black that walked in, that was wearing a black hoodie, black pants, black shoes.
Yeah.
And all that's visible was its hands. I could not see its face. It got on top of me and it said to me, "What are you doing to me? Why are you doing this to me? How come you just won't set me free? Why won't you let me out?" And I looked at it, and I looked at its hands, and I looked back at it. Even though it was somewhat a scary moment, and even though it got right on top of me and it pinned me down by my wrist, I realized that also within that lucid dreaming, that was also myself. Is my internal self actually physically talking to me like one-on-one, like how I'm talking to you?
Yeah.
Because I was going through something in my life and it wanted to present itself in a physical form. So that is, and so then all of a sudden, as soon as he got up and he said, why, just let me out. And as soon as he said that, he got off of me, walked out of the room, and then all of a sudden the redness went away and it turned back into my yellow light, because that was the lamp
Yeah.
that changed color. So that's lucid dreaming. And so in order for you to be put in that state, you have to be in a very, very relaxed state, and you have to slow yourself down a lot. If you're trying to fast consciously think things through, it's not going to work.
Got it.
It's just not. If you keep trying to push yourself, it's not going to work. You have to be in a very deep, emotional, relaxed state. You have to be really solid, deeply thinking into your soul, is pretty much when you get to that point of when you can be in lucid dreaming. Like I said, lucid dreaming, you can see your past lives. You can maybe possibly see something that's going to happen in your future. Or you could possibly see yourself. Or at the same time, you could see other things that are around you that you're normally never used to seeing, like other spirits.
Yeah.
Because again, you're also crossing over into the spirit world. Remember, it's a very fine line and it's a very thin curtain. So you also have to be careful though too, because at the same time when you put yourself in that lucid state, you also leave your body open for anything that can enter your body at the same time too.
Yeah.
So, because it's almost like astral projection. Astral projection, you have to be careful though when you astral project, because when you leave your body, you leave it open for anything else to enter. So you have to protect yourself at the same time too. So when you're going through these transitions, you have to consistently protect yourself, because you don't want something to enter your body and then your soul, technically in one way, isn't able to return. And that is a very scary state. It happened to me once. I learned my lesson. I've learned how to control it. But trust me, you don't want to be walking around in your body not feeling like who you normally are and feeling like somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
Like you know you aren't.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's a very awkward state.
No, for sure, man. Thank you for your input. I appreciate that,
It's interesting.
JP. Yeah.
So that's the easiest way for you to do it. You want to do it, just make yourself really, really tired. Relax yourself. Start just calmly thinking, relax. But force yourself to keep your eyes open, but don't think about anything at the same time either.
Got it.
To get yourself in lucid dreaming. And don't be surprised if you get scared out of your mind too at the same time.
No, for sure.
Because you gotta be prepared for what you're about to see.
Mm-hmm.
You may see something that you may not like.
Yeah. No, for sure.
Just letting you know.
Scorpio Star, if you have a question, go and jump on up if you want to be a guest. Yeah, and just join the chat, join the conversation if you'd like. Yeah, no, I appreciate this, guys. This is it's very insightful, really. Yeah. Other people like say that yeah, lucid dreaming is fun. It can be fun. I'm aware, but there's also a shadow to that, you know. So
Thanks guys. So my question is, I did it when I was a kid, apparently, listening to you guys, and I did it 3 weeks ago. So basically, somebody was trying to hurt me. Like, in the two times it happened, they were trying to rob me. And I was petrified, and I knew I was dreaming. I said, I'm dreaming. And I thought I woke up, but then I was still in a dream, and I went into another dream. Is that lucid dreaming?
That is another form of lucid dreaming. I've had a dream where I've had a dream within a dream, within a dream, within a dream,
Yeah.
within another dream, until it finally came to me. I went through 5 different dreams until I finally got back to my actual self. So that,
Why
yes,
is it-
technically is another
okay.
form of lucid dreaming. So what you have to do is, since that's happening to you, that means you're not in control of yourself. And you're not in control of how you're doing things. So what you have to do is that you have to envision yourself. It's almost kind of like a rope, like you're attaching a rope to your soul in that particular way, right? And you have to remember that you have to protect yourself. So like with me, like in other people do different things, but for me, like I surround myself with white light as like a barrier, as like a protection, and I surround my other part of myself that's exiting or leaving when I'm doing stuff like that. So that's also protected too. But I always make sure that I have a string attached. So in case of any moment I need or want to come back, or if I'm not liking the situation, I can just pull myself back into my body. Mind you though, when you do that sometimes, you might jerk yourself awake because it hits you strong. It's like falling deep into your body and you're like, whoa. Like, and you just wake up randomly out of the blue. And then you're like, wait, is this real? Is this real? And that's what can kind of happen in that state.
Yeah, I wasn't looking for this. You know, it just happened, and my body does jerk. Like, I jump out of my sleep all the time. That's another thing. But I wasn't looking for this. You know, it just came to me. I didn't even know, like, this happened to other people until just now.
So I want you to learn how to protect yourself before you go into that state. Because mind you, technically you're leaving your body. So therefore you're leaving it open for anything else that can jump on in. Okay?
Yeah, I'm aware
No
of
matter
that.
what it could be. And you don't know what it could be. It could be another person's soul. It could be something that's never been alive on this planet before. You don't know what you're dealing with in that factor. So you always have to protect yourself in everything that you do when it
I'm
comes
getting
to this.
chilly. Yeah.
A lot of people are like, oh well, yeah, just do this. I'll just no. There's consequences to everything that you do when it comes to the metaphysical realm. There's a lot of things that come into play.
Yeah, and I need to actually start cleaning my energy when I'm done doing readings, because that's another thing. I don't do that, like, and that's bad. And I know I should be, but like when I'm done with a reading, like I won't go clean myself. I won't anything. God only knows what I'm attracting. Like,
Well, I mean, like what? How are you doing readings? Are you doing them by like what, tarot cards? Are you doing them by
no.
like
I don't.
making your own cards or?
Nope. I'm a medium. I do it all naturally. I don't
Okay,
play
so
with
you're
cards
like
or
me.
anything.
So you do it all naturally. So here's the thing: you don't really need to clean yourself. You just need to protect yourself as you're doing the readings for others, so that no matter what you're doing, nothing can invade you what you're doing. But at the same time, though, I am just going to let you know it's hard for other mediums to read other mediums when you know how to protect yourself. I've had plenty of people try to sit there and read me. I'm like, you won't be able to read me unless I allow you and I give you permission to read me.
Oh
that's
yeah,
the way
I know
it
you
works.
can't read other mediums because people can't read me neither. Like, I try to have readings and they're giving me messages for people I end up doing readings for later on. I'm like, that's not even my energy. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I've had a few people on here on TikTok try to sit there and say, oh no, I can read you. I was like, no, you can't. You're just dreaming in the world of whatever land, okay? Candy drops and, whatever.
Actually, think about it. I know it sounds crazy, but think about it. It's probably some demon just messing with them, just screwing with them, being like, I'm your buddy.
Well, that's just it. Is that okay? So it's like this. It's like I've always tried to teach other people. Like there was a guy on here I used to do readings with him. He would do the tarot cards, but then I would do the readings because I don't do tarot cards. I don't do anything like that. Yeah. And what ended up happening was he got very, very angry and upset one time because they said, "Well, have JP." And he's like, "Well, because he was charging people, and I was just doing it for free. I was just doing it along for fun because I haven't done it in a while." And he's like, "Well, why don't you just have JP do it?" And I'm like, whoa. I'm like, okay, I'm not trying to steal your thunder, bro. But at the same time, though, I was trying to teach him how to do readings without the cards.
I don't
Because that's the way I look at it. No offense to people who do cards. I have nothing against you. And I understand, yeah, sometimes cards do certain things, whatever like that. But the question is that a lot of people sit there and say, well, I'm a medium, but they use cards. Okay, now do the readings without the cards.
They can't.
Tell me something about that person without their cards. Tell me which way their life's going to go without the cards. Tell me what you see in their future without the cards. And tell me something from their past without the cards. Lots of times when I've given readings to people, sometimes at the same time too, sometimes I've had their parents, I've had their grandparents come through. Sometimes they'll show me objects. Like this one time, this girl I was talking to, a necklace came through and I described the necklace and she's like, oh my God. She's like, that was my grandmother's necklace.
Yeah.
So
I agree. I like the story. I agree with what you're saying, but I do want to ask about Sonny Vinny. Isn't the reading fake though? Here's what I think about it. If the person doing the reading is just like randomly picking cards, completely random, then that's divination. That could be considered a form of divination, I think. But like, what I mean by that is, no, it's not inherently fake. It depends on the intent of the person. There's people who are going to manipulate it for money and stuff like that, and you need to avoid people like that.
Well, that's true. I've never been the type of person. I don't charge people for stuff like that. I was born with this ability. I was born with this gift, not to make a profit off of people for it. Is the way I look at it.
I wasn't making fun of you. I wasn't being media.
No. Bro, trust me. You can't offend me that easily. Trust me. You can ask Sam yourself. How easily do I get offended, Sam?
You don't get offended at all, dude. You got a heart of steel. I will say that.
No, it's just I try not to be a jerk because I'll say stuff and then I won't understand why I'm being a jerk to people. That's all.
You're good. I'm not tripping on anything, bro. Trust me. There's more to life than, the small stuff. I will give you an example, though. Like, my sister has abilities like me, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But she pushed off her abilities. So sometimes she will use the cards. But I know with her, if she uses the cards, I know they're going to be accurate readings because I know for a fact that she has the same ability as me. So sometimes there are some people who have abilities that actually use the cards and they will come true. So when she's done it for other people, they've always told the truth. And I know that for a fact. But that's why I'll ask them, because I'm not saying that she hasn't done stuff without the cards before, because she has. But that's the main question to ask anybody who's doing tarot readings for you. Can you do it without the cards? And see what they say.
Yeah, because people use that as a tool. Like my grandmother says, I'll give you a perfect example. My grandma's like, anybody could pick up cards and read them. That's my grandma's attitude. Like, anybody could do that.
Yeah, so if you could pick even a regular deck of cards. I had another friend on here. He made his own tarot cards.
Yeah, I seen that.
And he made his own readings off of them. He didn't even buy any. He just made his own.
Yeah, I seen that. I seen people do that. Mm-hmm.
Which I thought was pretty cool. So I'm like, okay, so I'm like, I'll take that into a different perspective. And some of the stuff, that he was saying to people, I'm like, well, you made it your own. So therefore it's coming from your physical self. It's not coming from something that you bought at a store. Mm-hmm. So which tells me that that's really actually his gift, not the cards. You get what I'm saying? Just that he's using his own cards that he made up to give an interpretation for somebody.
Have you ever had wind divination? You ever heard of wind divination?
Wind divination?
Yeah, it's when basically you'll be meditating or doing something like that, and you'll be asking yourself a question and asking God, universe, whatever you want to think of it as, a question, and it'll come to you in the trance state, but you'll say like, okay, well, if I should do this thing, blow the wind this direction, right? And the universe will respond by, okay, blow this way. And then say like I ask, okay, if I go outside today, it can be a completely random question. Just pick a completely random question for me. I'm serious. Pick a random question for me about like what's going to happen today. And then so I can give an example of what I'm talking about.
What's going to happen today? Let me see, Brad. What's going to happen with you today? You're gonna go sit in your chair and you're gonna go grab yourself something to eat before you go to bed. There you go.
That's what I'm doing right now. There you go.
What? Sorry,
There you go.
I kind of saw you. Okay, what do you want
That's
from me?
exactly
Okay?
what I'm doing right now. Sitting down and eating Taco Bell in bed.
So, I told you, I go into people's places all the time.
Okay. So you understand what I'm getting from, right? You understand my vibe, right? You understand my method, right?
Yeah, I get what you're
Well,
saying.
I get you.
Okay. You understand what I'm getting. I don't have to language it. I can just energy it to you.
Well, we got a new speaker up here, so go ahead and speak, Zeal. I want to hear what you have to say.
I was just listening. I just wanted to be a part of the club.
She's cool, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Crystal's awesome.
I'm a leader. I've been doing this since like '87.
Right?
So I like different perspectives from people and how they do things because like I've been doing as a child.
Like I said, I'm not being hard on people who do cards because, like I said, there are some people who actually do have abilities. Again, like my sister, and use the cards. It's just what I'll do is that I'll listen to the people who are doing the card readings, and then when I base upon listening and what they're saying, I'm like, okay, you're just saying generic stuff.
Yeah,
That anybody can physically say. You're not. Yeah, you're not giving a specific actual like item or whatever else like that to the individual. That can actually, yeah,
That's what
it's like hearing them sit there and say, "I see somebody coming in your future. They're their life." But then again, at the same time, you're going to sit there and ponder to yourself, what are you going to do? You know that you need to make the right decision, but you're going to go that direction anyway. Tell me, how does that relate to the actual person? That's just like a general basic answer.
And these are the people making a lot of money.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I have a question for everyone.
My
here real
retard's
quick.
way different. Like I use the Tree of Life and everything.
Hold on, real quick, guys. Are you guys all okay with this conversation being on YouTube?
I know, I
I
don't
don't
care.
You put me on YouTube.
No, for sure. No, I just wanted to ask, because it's all being screen recorded.
People
so-
to know more. I want people to learn for themselves.
For sure.
Yeah.
All right.
I just feel like the way I'm explaining things, I feel like I'm giving textbook information on how to actually do this stuff, as opposed to like being like, oh, well, today's going to be a great day for you, type of thing.
Well, people are doing it now like that because it's a trend. Like in 2012, I don't like calling them prophecies, but I did a writing like a record. And I was like, I see a spiritual awakening coming. What the heck? A spiritual awakening coming. But half will be more like I don't have my writing in front of me. It's old. It was in a perspective of those who are like fraudulent or fake. The fools of the awakening are going to be the ones who are going to be accepted more than those who are actually in the awakening or alive to this. And it kind of sucked when it kind of came through because I see it now on TikTok. It kind of breaks my heart. It's like, oh, I'll ask my guides if you're going to get back together on the relationship. Guides we don't have time for that. They don't have time for that. Why am I going to say that? You can ask them yourself.
I don't know where to go to where I can trust people to where, like, I don't know if they're actually able to do shit or if they're just, trying to sell me something because there's a lot of bull.
Somebody.
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. I like to have fun with those people. I like to play games with them lots of times because I like to see how much they're actually going to tell me the truth or not. So I'll be like, oh, so you want to read me? Okay, go ahead. Tell me what you got. And I'll just sit there and I'll listen and smile and whatever else like that. And I'm
like, it's not that there's more scammers or there's more people who have these abilities. It's literally half and half to me.
Yeah.
So I got like half people who actually understand how to do basic remote viewing and astral projection stuff, and then half people who are just scammers.
And I hate to be honest, and I know this is going to come across mean to some people, but it's also actually in the bloodline though too, of the family.
It's from mine. It's
Because
from my bloodline.
it comes from my father and my mother's side.
You know what I'm
getting? It's from my sister and I.
Yeah, my mom and dad's side of the family. It comes from both sides.
But you have people sitting there in this world where Okay, I hate to put it like this, but there's only so far some people can go with abilities. There's some people that can never have the abilities. There's just no possible way. No matter how much they want to try or how much they think or this and that, bless them and all, whatever else, okay? Yes. But unfortunately, that's not the way it works. It mostly comes down to, I guess, how it can... Oh God, I'm going to have to give the story and how it kind of came to be for me, but also how it's also in my bloodline. Like I said, it's in my father and my mother's bloodline. But remember how you talked about the church people, the happy church people, right?
Yes, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
I feel like
here's
we're
my
all
story.
really connected, all three of us here in the room.
Well, everyone's here connected within our way, because remember, it's a web that we weave, and it's a web that's made bigger.
I know
and everybody that comes into our web, we learn from them. And
Brad, there's some weird, I don't know why I get that. Maybe it's just paranoia, but it's like a weird sense of connection between these three people. I don't know why.
So it's all right. It's all right. So as I was saying, when I was a child, I was going to be baptized. And mind you, when I was like 5 or 6 years old, I used to think that there used to be this glass door in my church. Okay. So I'm going to start off like that. I used to think that there was this door that was, I always thought it was a door growing up until I got older and realized it wasn't. It was just a glass window. Anyways, going back to when I was being baptized. So I was being baptized as an infant. Now, mind you, I'm going to tell you something about this aspect of it, is that even though I was an infant, my soul was the body and the spirit of probably like a 5 to 7 year old. Because I remember me before I was born. So what I'm going to call it the children's heaven. So I remember that before I was even born. So does my sister. That's why her and I are together in this plane.
That's so deep.
So anyways, going back to that, as I was being baptized, I remember all these dark black things flying around above me. And I guess the best way I'm going to explain it to show you is, remember like those cherubs, like the angel cherubs type of thing? Okay? They were small little angels. They pulled me out of my body. They pulled my soul out. Again, even though I was an infant, my soul wasn't of an infant. It was of a 5 to 7 year old, okay? And they brought me through that door. When they brought me through that door, there was a woman, and all that was behind her was clouds. It was very bright and very white behind her. And she came, and they brought me to her, and they walked me up to her. She had long brown hair. She had a beautiful smile, rosy cheeks, very warm feeling. She grabbed me by the hand, very comforting, very loving, and everything else like that. And she says to me, she goes, I'm going to give you something, but she goes, you can never tell anybody what it is, because she goes, if you do, you will permanently lose it forever, is what she said to me. And I said to her, I go, okay. And after she told me what it was, which I'm sorry, I can't tell any of you. I can't even tell my own parents, okay, or my siblings, for that matter, what it is. Okay. After she told me that, she said to me, she goes, you need to go back. And I was like, no, I don't want to go back, because the love, the feeling, the comfort, everything else like that, everything that that place, that peace, I did not want to leave. She's like, no. She goes, you have to go back. And so they took me away and they put me back into my body. Now, mind you, I don't remember anything until I was like 5 years of age. Okay? When I reached 5 years of age is when I started remembering things. And I remembered that. I remember my baptism. As time went on, because my parents were at the church and I went to church with them, one day I pointed to the lady that was a picture of her. And I said to her, I go, oh, that's a lady I saw. And my mom's like, what do you mean that's the lady you saw? I go, that's the lady that gave me the gift, because I was a little boy. I go, that's the lady that gave me the gift that told me that I couldn't tell anybody what I had. And she goes, well, do you know who that is? I go, no. I go, I don't know who that is. And she goes, that's Mary, Jesus' mother.
What? Wow.
Yeah.
That's
And
deep.
that's when I learned that that's who I went through that glass window, which I thought it was a door when I was a little boy that I went through when I was baptized.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So for me, it wasn't just also my bloodline. It was also the spiritual aspect of it. Now, mind you, I don't care what anybody's religions are. It doesn't bother me. You can be whatever you want to be. I'm not here to judge you. That is not my personality. Yes, I'm Christian Catholic, okay? But I don't care about what you believe in because it's not going to harm me. As long as you're a good person to me, hey, I'm cool with you.
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
100%.
I
Okay.
agree.
That's all that matters to me. I'm not here to harm you as long as you're not here to harm me. And we can have the greatest time together. And even if you want to go get drunk, hey, you know, I'm not saying go do it, but I'm just saying, hey, you know. So, but that's what I'm saying. So, when there's certain things that comes into play, it changes the whole entire perspective and it changes the whole entire outcome of things. And so that's why, for me, life growing up has always been a different world, and I've always seen it in a different way. I've had a lot of people be really mean to me in this world, and I've always got to see the retribution of what's happened to them when they've been really mean to me.
Karma comes and bites them.
Whatever you want to call it. So I'm not like trying to take over the chat here, but I'm just trying to say that when you have these factors that play into when a person who has abilities, it plays even more into those things. And so, like I said, I don't know how I'm able to explain things to you all, but for some reason, I'm just able to explain things to you all. And I try to make it in the simplest form, like books for dummies type of situation. I don't mean to be mean like that, but this is the simplest way.
Yeah.
No, I like it. I mean, I've been gifted my whole life. I know it comes from both sides. My dad grew up Catholic. He is a medium. He's petrified, and he's supposed to come on tonight and tell a story, and he got scared.
There's no reason for him to be scared.
I tell him all the time it's okay to have these gifts. He's just, I don't know if it's because he grew up Catholic or what, but he's afraid. He always has been afraid. And I tell him, Dad, there's nothing to be afraid about.
Well, you have to understand, in the Catholic and the Christian religion, even though those are my beliefs, you have a lot of people that are very like, oh no, it's black and white. It's black and white. And it's very, very difficult. Like, even when I've talked to my aunt, who is very, very Christian, it's even hard for her to sit there and say certain things after my grandmothers came to me and things like that. My mom's mother, which is her mother at the same time too. And so when I talk about certain things with her, I have to word it like, instead of me telling her that, oh, my grandmother came to see me, I said to her, I go, oh, I had a dream. I have to put it like that with her. Because if I put it another way with her, she's not going to listen.
Yeah, I know. I have an aunt like that too.
Hey guys,
like, I don't know. That's
real
me.
quick. So I gotta close out the live like really soon because I'm at 15% battery. So.
All right. Oh, so am I. Wow, that's funny.
Yeah. So, but guys, I appreciate this conversation. Zeal Crystal, thank you for joining us. Thank you for coming to the live. I appreciate you, Brad, JP, Scorpio. Like, thank you for this conversation. Like,
Hey, what's up? Can you hear me still? I had one
Yeah.
open.
This is
This
proves that we can still be friends despite our different belief systems. You know, so.
You know, like
Exactly.
I always say, there's no wrong
Hey,
or
can you
right
hear me?
way.
I had to put my headphones in. Okay. Alright, so I'm sorry, I lost track of things. What were we talking about?
I'm at 15% battery, guys. So make this really quick.
Oh, because he said he was leaving and he had to come back. That's probably why he didn't know what was going on.
Oh, okay.
Because I seen you put in the comments, I'll be back. Real quick, before we get off JP, I just have one question for you. So last night, I dreamt of my aunt. She passed away in 2014. But in the dream, I couldn't find her. And I was freaking out because she moved and I never saw her again. And I never had a dream like that. Do you pick up any energy with that?
She just came to show you her presence to let you know that she was okay. Even though despite the fact that she disappeared from you, she just wanted to show you that, hey, I'm okay, I'm present. But at the same time, though, I'm not going to be physically present in your life. And so that's why you frantically, because you so badly wanted to be around her and see her again, despite the fact that you only saw her once. And lots of times those who have passed on will normally do that. They'll come by for a minute, make their presence, whether or not it's in a dream state or if you're actually awake or if you're in between those stages. They'll make their presence known, be like, hey, I'm here. But the minute you look away is the minute they're gone. And then the likelihood of you seeing them again is really rare.
Yeah, no, I dream of her all the time. It was just I never seen her like she was missing, like she's gone. That's what made me freak out. I do dream of her all the time, though.
So then really quickly on that part then, I would say, and I know you only have so much time, Sam, so I'm trying to make this quick. Yeah. Really quickly on that respect then, if she's making her presence known, then therefore that means she's trying to tell you something, which means you need to listen to what she's trying to tell you in that respect. If you're not listening and you're just looking, you're never going to hear what she has to say. So
it makes sense. Thank you.
All right, guys. Well, I'm not just saying this because it's like close to closing time for the live, but like, yeah, I'm actually like, I started this live like a 75% battery. I didn't think it would go out this quick. So,
well, thank you all for letting me be here.
Yeah,
have a good night.
You guys are all welcome to stay until the very end, as guests if you want. Brad Smith, no, it was great to have you. Zeo Crystal, I hope to have you more on future lives. You're really cool. I love your vibe. JP, you're awesome. All right, you know that. Scorpio Star. I'm so glad we met through this live. Like, I really met all you guys through this live, and I'm thankful for it. Okay, really am. So, I just feel like I needed to say that.
Thank you. Good night, World, and hopefully when you come home, we can do this
I'm not
again.
the only one here that's not like not a medium. I'm like, you guys are fucking cool. You guys are superheroes.
Well, honestly, it's my personal friends I get to talk to about this stuff, and on TikTok, I'm too afraid to do the whole live myself for TikTok type of thing because I'm thinking I don't know what people are going to say or do or whatever. Yeah. So I feel more comfortable in this setting when I go to talk about things than I just doing my own. But it's
you're doing an amazing job and keep it up. I love it.
Well, thank you. And hey everyone, I just want to say hello to you all. I had a very great night with you, Sam. If you come back on later, hopefully I'll be on later. If not, my friend's planning on meeting me later tonight, so of course I'll get back with you.
No. Hey, but yeah, no. This was a fun live. This, like, of all lives, this one was really fun. Once again, guys, this goes to everybody. This is gonna be the last live for quite a bit. For 2.5 weeks, I will be in Europe. I'll be posting TikTok videos while I'm in Europe. Yes, of course. But I'm not going to be live just because of the whole time difference thing. You guys will all be asleep, generally speaking, while I'm over there. And plus, I got to make sure that I get my sleep. That way I can enjoy my time there, So,
no, for sure. Just message me on Instagram, bro, and let me know how you're doing. Because I'm busy. I'm super busy. So it's like lately, I know, like I said, I check on people, but lately I've been so busy. I'm not even checking on anybody. Hell, I haven't had a chance to check on myself.
No, for sure, man. But yeah, that being said, I'm going to conclude with these 2 messages. Like I said, you two are welcome to stay as guests throughout the whole thing. You guys know my spiel. JP, you know my spiel.
Yeah, I know.
If you're going through a mental health crisis, guys, contact the number 988. The reason why I bring this up is because when I first started doing lives, I had a follower follow me on Instagram, and she called me on Instagram, and she was ready to do that for herself, do self-unaliving. And she's still with us, thankfully, but I had to tell her, look, I'm flattered that you're willing to share this information with me, but I'm not a medical professional, and I don't have the right resources. These guys do, 988. I don't say that because I don't care. I say that because I don't always have the right things to say. Like, my words aren't always going to be, like, they're not going to cure whatever's going through you, This is also, like, a little form of protection for me, too, to separate social media and what's going on in my waking life, because I have to do that. Some people get a bit too close, and their energy is just like, no, sorry, I can't do this, So, but everyone here, you guys are cool, okay? Because we talked, okay? You're chill, all right? Scorpio Star, you're chill. JP, I freaking love you, okay, bro? that's because we had this time together, you know. So, but yeah, once again, guys, if you're going through a mental health crisis, please contact 988, the Self Unalive hotline number, National Self Unalive hotline number. So, yeah. My second message: break the chains that bind you. Keep moving forward in life, even if it's just baby steps. Look at yourself in the mirror and be proud of how far you made it, and show yourself the love for it. You owe it to you to not let the thoughts win. Live with conviction, and remember, it can't rain all the time. I love you guys.
I love that.
Thank you guys, JP and Scorpio Star, Zeo Crystal and Brad. Thank you guys for being guests here. Everyone else that contributed to the live, thank you so much for being guests here. Once again, I'm not going to be live for about 2.5 weeks, but I will be posting videos. So, and keep sending me
Does that mean I
videos.
have to fill in? I'm just kidding.
Nah, bro. JP, I just gotta say, bro, like for you, like, you know, there's way more to you than just your faith, bro. You're probably by far one of the coolest Christians I've ever met in my life, and I appreciate you for existing. Okay.
Thank you, bro.
I appreciate
that.
So, I'm not perfect, far from perfect, but like, you guys are awesome.
Oh no, none of us are. Are you kidding me? Please, no. Oh God, no.
All right, you guys have a wonderful night and be safe. Do not unalive, or I'll find you. Good night, guys.
And then I'll bring you back alive and then unalive you. No, just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Take care, guys.